Hello, this is Aitzaz Hassan from INP Wealth Park. Today we have Dr. Tahir Mumtaz Awan, who is head of China Study Center, COMSATS Islamabad. Thank you very much, sir, for giving time. First of all, tell us what was this center established and what was the main purpose behind it?
Thank you very much, Aitzaz, for having me today. The center was established 10 years from now on January 2nd, 2013. So we have already celebrated its 10th birthday and we are on the 11th year. The main purpose of the center, if I tell you in a very subjective manner, it is to promote or to advocate the Pak-China friendship along with an opportunity, along with a possibility to extend this friendship into a brighter or more prosperous future of both the countries. We do have different initiatives by which we make this happen, make this advocacy mission happen, and I believe we are trying to make this friendship more and more stronger, make this friendship more and more wealthier and happier for both the countries.
Okay, so what kind of research do you do in this center, and what is your contribution when we talk about, in terms of policy making?
I would say if we understand the concept of a think tank or a concept of a study center that is being established in Pakistan or in China, as we have the Pakistan study centers in China also, we don't make policies, but yes, we do recommend or we do make some policy recommendations. We send these policy recommendations to the ministries, to the relevant organizations wherever we are reachable, you can say, to the embassy also, to the Chinese embassy in Pakistan and the Pakistan embassy in China also. Regarding research, we have a regular feature of publishing a magazine of the center. It is Chilai and it is also available on our websites. The soft copies are available. We do print some hard copies, but keeping environment into consideration, keeping that environment friendly, being environment friendly, we make limited copies for the offices only that need that hard copies. Otherwise, all of the information is available online. The magazine that I'm talking about, the center is publishing it on yearly basis. We are trying to improve its frequency. We are planning to make it quarterly. Mainly, there are two sections in that magazine. One is the activities that we organize from time to time. Let's say different symposium, webinars, seminars, different policy dialogues. So we make reports, short reports of those events available in that magazine. Second major portion of that magazine is the articles. So those articles are being written by the Pakistani authors and the Chinese authors also. In the last issue, for example, we were having one of the Chinese authors was Professor Chang Daojian. He was the vice president of the Confucius Institute, Islamabad, and he recently completed his tenure and he went back to China. Regarding the else in this magazine, regarding the research activities which we are conducting, we are publishing annual reports of our study center. We are also publishing event reports, post-event reports for all the webinars, seminars, symposiums, conferences that we are conducting. So those reports are of very much importance, and they play an important role because we devise a recommendation based on all the proceedings of that specific event. Thirdly, we are also preparing some reports for the embassy. Like for the 19th CPC, we have prepared a report based on the main text that is being provided online. So we have given an analysis of all that report and we have submitted it to the embassy. We are also working on regularly some academic articles are also published, which in fact is not only the contribution of China Study Center but the university also. And there are some books on which we are working. We are planning to launch 3 books in 2023. These were in fact the first 3 books of China Study Center. We haven't published any book yet. So research contributions are somehow still, I believe we have to add more. But again, the policy side, as I said earlier, we have to make some recommendations. But again, the policy making is not our forte. This is something which ministries, this is something which the government has to do. we are trying to play our best role in those recommendations.
So it will be pretty unfair if we will not talk about CPAC. So what kind of research do you do in CPAC activities?
Basically, the main myths, or you can say the misconceptions that we hear from different social media or print and electronic media. For example, CPAC is slow. This is something which we were hearing in last 1 or 2 years. So we conduct regularly, we conduct such kind of events. For example, we did in 2022, if I'm not wrong, in October, we did an webinar, you can say, in which we organized the Pakistan study centers of all Pakistan, and we discussed that what do you think about this slow speed or slow pace. So they have shared their opinions, and we prepare a report on the basis of that opinions in comparison with those misinformation or the fake news that were being provided. Also, there are some emerging concepts, or there are some new concepts that we hear while talking about CPAC, that are the allied concepts, you can say. For example, climate change is one of the issue. CPAC and climate change is linked to, as per my knowledge, I would say that the more the development, the more will be the climate problems or climate issues arising in our country, or globally it is problems are being happening. So we highlight those issues, we make the reports available to the people. And when I'm saying reports, again, I'm referring to the post-event reports. So whatever is being discussed, we discuss those issues, those problems in a more sophisticated way of preparing the report. Along with that, there is an active participation of the center. I personally appear at many places. My staff is appearing at many places. We are doing activities with CCTV also, with CGTN also. I personally did a roadshow also, in which I talked about the CPAC progress, and I visited some of the CPAC projects. And CCTV was with me, CCTV 13 and CCTV 4 was with me. So they prepared the report, and that report is being published as a special report. This is being published in Pakistan and China also. So this is a regular activity. Creating awareness among people is what we have to focus in this second stage. Stage 1 was actually the infrastructure side, or the more of physical roads, networks, or infrastructure in broader terms, we can say. But the second phase is more of a soft side. So in that soft side, we are now motivating people, we are inviting people time to time, and we are asking them from different aspects. If you want to point towards like practically participating in some CPAC projects, then I would say no, this is not our main objective, or this is not the main objective of the center. But yes, we do have collaboration with the Higher Education Commission of Pakistan, and we are part of CPAC consortium of universities. COMSATS is a part, and my center is going to organize a conference also about CPAC and the fintech climate in Pakistan, fintech landscape in Pakistan, you can say. This conference has already been approved by the Higher Education Commission, CPAC unit, and I'm planning it in May of this year. So this is something which I'm looking forward. So these kind of, you can say, soft sides, this is what we mainly focus on.
So apparently it's a concept that CPAC is a kind of project which is related to infrastructure. You know that China is leading technology, artificial intelligence and information technology. So what do you think that what kind of cooperation should be in technology and digitalization between two countries?
Cooperation, I would say, we have different examples. Like I just talked about fintech also. So we have about 10 companies, we can say 10 legal companies working in Pakistan, and out of those 10, 4 are Chinese companies. 4 of them, Seed Creed Financial Services, Micro Creed Financial Services Limited, and Hamra Financial Services Limited. I remember these 3 names. These are Chinese-based companies. So we have to understand that landscape, and we don't have to only rely on those external bodies. We only cannot ask them to build our financial systems or technology-based system. We have to see where we are lacking. We are having a good 4G system. We are moving towards 5G also. But do we understand what 4G is? Or do we have that capability? Do our networks have that capability of moving from 5G to 6G? So this is something which we need to understand. First of all, which I would say is the need analysis. After this need analysis, then comes the actual technology. We always feel that technology is just like a mobile phone or a computer that I can place in front of me and I can start using it. But the main problem, the main issue which arises is the transfer of technology. It is not always the machine that comes in front of you and the technology starts working. It is how to operate that technology, how to use that technology. And we are lacking at this part. We may have many good people, we may have many good business community which can import big machineries, which can bring technology into Pakistan. But do we have people who can operate that technology, who can work on that technology? Pakistan is an agricultural country. If we talk about that textile sector, we still have maybe multiple persons working on one loom.
Right.
And globally, if we see, the looms are so much advanced that there are 16 looms, and for that 16 looms, only one person is required to operate all of that 16. So we are having a higher number of human resource involved, and we are using a lower level of technology. If we can bring that machine, bring those kind of looms in Pakistan, do we have that kind of person who can handle 16 looms? So it is not about bringing that one loom or bringing 16 looms and building my factory. And I can say I have the most latest technology, I have the best machines in Pakistan. We also have to think about getting those people trained. And then comes in my mind, how do we, or in our minds, that how do we transfer that kind of technology? So it is the learning side. It is again the soft side. We may have to prepare ourselves. We have to prepare our human resource either by visiting China and seeing how those people work, or bring a person in Pakistan who can train your community, who can train your people. So now is the time to improve your skills. If you're not improving your skills, if you're having latest mobile, latest machine in front of you, latest equipment in front of you, and you don't know what is the usage, why am I importing that technology? So it is useless. Whole money is going into going to be wasted. So there is no specific purpose. We talk about financial services. These financial services are having very good operations. Maybe we have Kist Pay, which is going to wind up soon, a USA based company. We have very good other examples. I talked about 3 names, and I'm sure that many of the people who are watching us may not know about these companies. These companies are operating in Pakistan, they are working in Pakistan, but they are again headed by, or they are brought in Pakistan by Chinese people. Our problem is the connectivity or the synchronization between these systems. In China, if you see, there is one application and everybody is referring to it for payments. It is WeChat. Or the second option that we have is Alipay. But Alipay is again for international community. WeChat transfers is more preferred. People don't carry it. Whenever I am traveling to China, I never get cash, or I never carry card with me. But yes, I always carry a power bank with me because I have to keep my phone charged.
Yeah.
And all the money is being transferred. So don't you think that behind that WeChat, there is a strong financial system that is working and making all those payments accessible to people? So I have named few companies, I have named few brands. Are those brands in synchronization with the State Bank of Pakistan? Are they in synchronization with FBR? Are they in synchronization with any third financial services company? Only building those synchronization. Don't copy WeChat. Don't try to make a new WeChat. But only try to make, maybe it can be your UBL Omni, it can be your Jazz Cash, it can be your Easy Paisa. But why Easy Paisa is going toward one side, Jazz Gas is going towards another side, third party is going toward another side. Synchronize and make it unique, or make it one common platform where everybody can come. We have heard about an initiative of FBR also, and we believe, these kind of things, they get better, and this technology side can be improved.
You know that the language is very significant thing in culture, and these days many people are learning Chinese language. So what do you think that what kind of role the Chinese language can play, especially for the skillful youth of Pakistan?
A very interesting question. Language, in fact, is, I believe, a way to communicate. If we talk about a small child, if we talk about a person who is maybe not trained enough to speak, that child may have some kind of sounds that he is making, and he is calling his father and mother. But as soon as he grows up, he is more talkative, he is getting more talkative, he is communicating more with people. Second thing, if there is, in Pakistan we see there are some communities, for example, our Pathan, in our Pathan culture, it is definitely Pashtun culture, it is definitely always liked that if I and you are belong to the same community, we start talking quickly, start talking about our problems in Pashto. Same happens in Sindhi, same happens in Saraiki, same happens in any other language. And the more we talk, if we know that we are from the same community, the more we talk, the more closer we get to each other. So language is a way to kind of refrain from all those hindrances, all those problems that we face. Usually, if a Chinese, he don't know English, the only thing, this happened with me many times in China also, he'll simply say, hello, how are you, nice to meet you, thank you. So they don't have any fifth sentence to talk to you. So just assume that if you are able to speak Chinese, and in his third line, when he is saying hello, how are you, and you start saying ni hao, how kai shin je mian here. So it is like, I'm happy to meet you, rather than saying it in Chinese. I'm sure that person will stay for one more hour with you. He'll talk more. He'll be more closer to you. So language barrier can be reduced as much as possible, so that we can bring those, again, the soft side we are talking about. Second phase, that soft side can be improved. That language barrier, that cultural barrier can be improved. There are some problems, some cultural issues that we definitely have to be very careful. We are an Islamic country. We have a good religion. We have good beliefs. They have different beliefs. Some of them, they don't follow any religion. There are few things that are forbidden in our culture. There are few things that the same few things are not forbidden or are liked by the Chinese community. So we have those problems. We have to understand those. But keeping those considerations in mind, yes, it is good to speak with those people in their language. They are also trying to, it's not us, just try to hear about the every morning. I used to, when I'm traveling to my office, I used to hear FM 98. So that is the CRI Beijing Urdu service, and the Chinese speaking Urdu in a very, very, it makes me happy that they are also speaking Urdu. So similarly, they also get happier when you start speaking in Chinese. And we have to find a common point. We do have to ask them to learn Urdu also, but we have to understand that Chinese is the most widely spoken language in whole of the world. It is no more English. Chinese is the top language in the whole world. So we have to follow the trend. We don't have to make our thing more stressed, even if it is not the best one. Urdu is not widely spoken, but Chinese is the most widely spoken. That is why we have to tilt a little bit towards them, and we have to learn their language. So talking about that, I've already made a huge speech about the language. So talking about your question, the human resource side, definitely the practices in Pakistan, the documents, everything is in English. But yes, if we talk about the people, when you're working with those people in China or in Pakistan, even if the company is being established in Pakistan and it is a Chinese-led company or the leaders are Chinese, it will be more easier for you to communicate with them. Secondly, importance of that language cannot be neglected. The people, they feel comfortable, they feel easier when they are, or they feel more closer to the person who speaks the same language. Our center is also trying to work on this. We have introduced this language around 6 years ago in our bachelor's programs. We are giving one course of Chinese language. My center is also having teachers who are teaching in different departments. Even one of our teachers is going to the other campus also for teaching those Chinese classes. We also conduct these kind of Chinese language short courses also at the center. So making people know few of the words so that they can communicate. And I wish we can have the next interview in Chinese also. I mean, I do speak a little bit of Chinese, and it will revive me of my time when I was in China around like 6-7 years ago, when I was doing my doctorate from there.
Thank you very much for your precious comments. If I sum up the opinion of Dr. Tahir Saab, China Study Center COMSAT Islamabad is playing vital role in the research of China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, multiple cooperation of China-Pakistan, and also in technology and culture. Please visit our website INP Wealth Park.